Welcome back to your Algebra 1 Semester 1 final review. We're looking at problem 21, but this problem has to do with bracelets and profit. So if you have a different problem number than this, but it's still the same type of problem, then you should definitely focus in. You're in the right spot. All right, here we go. We have a graph. It seems like the x-axis tells us about bracelets and the y-axis tells us about the profit. And if you read the problem over on the left, it says for every number of bracelets you sell, you make some sort of profit. So let's see if we can find a couple points on this graph to understand what it's saying. And it's a little bit difficult to find points. So let's find some nice numbers of bracelets here. For example, we could find something like, I don't know, maybe 3 bracelets, comma, somewhere on the graph, 4 bracelets, 5 bracelets, and 6 bracelets. However, you'll notice that the y values for each of those aren't always nice y values. So let's just look at one that does have a nice y value. I think that's this one right here. And if you interpret this, that says if you sell 4 bracelets, you make a profit of $4, which is very nice. But this problem asks us if we sell 400 bracelets, what's our profit? Well, the profit is going to be in the form of a pattern. So let's just go out to 400 on our x-axis. That might be a problem. Our x-axis definitely does not go to 400. So instead, we might want a way to convert our x's, or our bracelets, into profit, which is our y's. And one of the easiest ways that we can do that is to build an equation. Now, what that means is I'm going to create an equation for this line. And maybe the easiest way to write the equation for a line is to either use mx plus b form or hk form. And I'm going to use mx plus b here just because I know the y-intercept. It's actually a really nice number. In fact, looking up here, hopefully we can see that our y-intercept, and we'll do this in blue, is the value -6. So then I think the only thing we're missing is probably the slope. So let's see if we can count the slope. I'm just going to start at the y-intercept, and we're just going to go to another point. Now, when I find a point, I want it to be a nice point. And you'll notice this is not a nice point right here. I think our next nice point is all the way up at this 2. So how far up? Let's see, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like we're going up 5 and then over 2. Rise over run, and now we have an equation. And the whole point of this equation is to take any bracelet number, any number of x's, put it into our equation, and when you do the math, it will transform the answer into a y, which is our profit in dollars. So what x do we want to plug in? Well, hopefully you're all saying 400, 400, 400, and you're totally right. So I'm going to take 400, put it in for an x, and let's see what the y is. So it's going to look like this. Y equals 5 halves times 400 minus 6. And you could use your calculator if you wanted. You could also do this in bits and pieces. Here's how I'd probably think of it. I'd do the division first. I'd do 400 divided by 2, which is 200. So I have 5 times 200 minus 6. And then I do 5 times 200, which is 1,000. And 1,000 minus 6, which is 994. So that tells us if we sell 400 bracelets, we should get $994. Good little business strategy. I would take $994. Seems like the answer is A.